Hey folks, welcome to Economic Observations. My name is Chris. I am sorry I have not uploaded a YouTube video in a week now. It's not to say I haven't tried. You know, doing these things sometimes catches me off guard. I film it, I forget to turn on the mic. I film it, my hair is standing up. I film it, I don't like what I said. There's a variety of reasons, but I did try. So today, hopefully this gets uploaded. It is Tuesday, January 19th, and a lot is going on in the world. Tomorrow, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are inaugurated as the 46th President and Vice President of the United States of America. They have big plans, $1.9 trillion more in the printing press. They're going to get a lot of opposition on that. Even Democrats within Congress aren't happy with it. Some want $2,000 checks to go out instead of $1,400. Others want unemployment to be backdated and paid retroactively going back all the way to September. The senator in West Virginia doesn't want to go over $1 trillion. This is going to be an uphill battle. Needless to say, the states and the cities do need the money to continue the COVID crisis and fighting it. You know, more doctors and nurses and people trained in giving the vaccines is needed, more infrastructure and different variety of places to get the vaccine is needed, and it all takes money, time, and training. So we'll see what happens with this. The printing press will continue. Not sure if it's going to be $1.9 trillion, but it's going to feed that stock market a little longer. Even the cryptocurrencies, more money will be invested in that. In the meantime, everyone got their $600 stimulus check, and I went out on Monday, which was Martin Luther King Day, to see if people were actually going out and spending their money. I went to 2 shopping areas. I went to a mall to see what was going on there and if people were actually buying things. I was met with a little bit of both. In some parts of the mall, it was desolate. Lots of store closures. As you can see, Lord & Taylor's is closed, and a lot of other little stores. These photo marts and these little, some look to be closed forever, and others not. But Lord & Taylor's, an icon in the mall, is gone forever. I believe all of their stores across the United States have closed. So as you can see, the store to the right has been shut down, and the store on the left also has been shut down. Other parts of the mall were fairly busy. The Apple store had a line of 30 people. There was a milkshake shop that had a line of like 10 people. I don't know how you drink a milkshake wearing a mask. But there were a lot of stores just seeking business. A lot of the shopkeepers were standing outside their shops just waiting for people to come in. Next on my agenda was an outdoor retail and restaurant place. It's a hub for restaurants and spas and sporting events, or, you know, and gyms, physical therapy, but mostly restaurants. I went, it was lunchtime, and as you can see, on Monday, Martin Luther King Day, the place is deserted. I think I might have seen 5 people while walking around. A lot of igloos were popping up, places where people can sit outside. But in the middle of the afternoon, these places were closed. They weren't closed for good, like shut down. They weren't open for business. Like I said, I didn't see very many people while I was walking around. That is a bowling alley. There's not much going on in the bowling alley. Matter of fact, it was closed. There's a movie theater there. It wasn't open. I don't know what 5 Wits is, but that's not open either. Middle of the afternoon on a holiday. You see some of those domes. They're not insulated, but they all have a heater in it, and it's for COVID protection. They had a sign in their door saying that they are temporarily closed for an unforeseen amount of time due to health restrictions. Indoor cycling places closed up. It was deserted. It was cold, but it was sunny. And all those domes with restaurants anticipating having customers, they were all empty. I mean, how warm could they really be? Take a look, folks. January in Massachusetts on Martin Luther King Day. Usually outside of this place there's an outdoor skating rink set up for families to enjoy. This year there was no outdoor skating rink. Usually it's hustling and bustling near the pro shop in Gillette Stadium. Nothing was going on. This is a Hilton Holiday Garden Inn. The Hilton Garden Inn. Look, nobody's there. More of these igloo kind of places for people to eat. Table set for 5 with a heater. Nobody in them. Up ahead is the Renaissance Hotel. Equally deserted. Nobody is there. It's a ghost town. There's a sushi place. Closed. Not closed for good, but certainly not open, not even for lunch. Why bother opening if nobody's coming? What strange times, folks. It's really strange. And how much loans, or how many more loans can these businesses take? These are all questions we have to ask. You know, the SBA loans have been open now, and I wonder how many more loans are businesses going to take. I know that a lot of people are waiting for the EIDL, which is the EIDL. It's not a loan, it's an advance. And it's $1,000 per employee or $1,000 even if you're self-employed. It's just $1,000 gift pretty much for anybody that makes any money on a side hustle or has a business or anything. That has not opened. It says the funds are not allocated. When are they going to be allocated? That bill was passed a month ago. Everyone is waiting with bated breath. They were supposed to be up to $10,000 in forgivable EILD advances to businesses in poverty-stricken areas and people who can show that they had a loss of, I think, 40%. But where is it? Congress has not allocated funds to the EIDL. No, but they've certainly allocated funds to the loans. And the loans come at 3.75%. And to be honest with you, people already took loans. And how are they going to continue to take more loans if people aren't walking through the door? Right? People aren't walking through the door. It could be temporary as long as you see business picking up. But do we see business picking up? How is it where you live? I mean, there are some shopping areas where I live, Home Depots, IKEA, Target, Walmart, they're doing fine. Even the Christmas tree shop in January is doing really well. But you go to other places and it's just dead. Unemployment numbers came out last week too. 965,000. There's no jobs, folks. Look at these people here at these hotels and these restaurants. Those are the people that are losing their jobs. People are not willing to take out more loans because we don't know when recovery is going to come. We are running really slow on the vaccine distribution. Yeah, some states are doing good, but Massachusetts, I believe, is number 27, which isn't that great considering we're a tech hub and a medical hub. I don't know why it's taking so long. Hopefully we'll enter phase 2. But I believe the problem is there's no more vaccines in reserve. So there's no... The reserves are empty. So how in the world are you going to inoculate people if there's no vaccine to put in people's arms? The challenges that we live in. Let's face it, more challenges. Over 400,000 people have passed away now due to COVID. 400,000. They expect to be up to 500,000 come the end of February. Even with the vaccines, we're going to be wearing masks, and this thing is not going to be over. A friend of mine in Tanzania asked me when I thought I would be vaccinated. Hopefully June, because that's my expectation these days. I don't know, how are things where you are? Have you gotten the shot yet? Have you had any side effects? Do you know anyone who has? What are restaurants and businesses doing near you? Are they thriving? Another thing, another topic I'd like to discuss today is eviction moratoriums. Last night I was listening to Governor Cuomo out of New York. He just happened to come up on my news feed, and I watched him live. Someone asked him a question at the end and said, what are you going to do to help landlords during this time of, people unable to be evicted without having any COVID related, and we know this is a problem. There are a lot, I think all across the country, nobody is evicting anybody, regardless if it's COVID related or not. I think the magistrates and the sheriffs and the constables or whoever knocks on your door or gives out eviction notices is having a widespread halt on evictions. And Cuomo said, well, that's not the way this is not what it was intended for. The eviction moratoriums were for people who had COVID-related problems, whether they lost a job due to COVID, whether they got sick with COVID, whether they're in the hospital, a family member had COVID, whatever it may be. And you have to show proof that you can't be evicted due to COVID. But there are a lot of people who stopped paying their rent well before COVID, and they're still living in those rental houses or apartments for almost a year now without paying any rent. And it has become a big problem across the country. Big corporations that own apartments, they have no problem evicting people. Evictions are steady and often across the country. In Florida, in Indiana, Missouri, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, evictions are taking place. Big companies have businesses to run. It's the small mom and pop landlords that are using it for a second income or to supplement their retirement check or whatever it may be, that are getting shafted. Some people are out over $100,000 in rent. There has to be a better way. And I hope when Biden and team come in that they find a better way. I don't think blanket everything is good enough. I don't think $1,400 checks to those that don't need it is warranted. Our children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren are going to be paying for that years and years and years down the road. I am for helping those that need it, though. I'm all for helping those that had reduced hours or got a cut in pay or who are unemployed or can't do their job through no fault of their own. I am for helping those people. You know what happened over the past 10 months? A lot of lights have gone dim. And it's the light of the American dream. It's the light of having somewhere to go and feeling needed and wanted and doing what you love most. The light has dimmed because people have nowhere to go. They don't feel productive. They don't feel needed. They don't feel useful. Many Americans need that. That's what we're made of. The lights have dimmed. And God, I hope they can come on soon. Alright folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I rambled on and on. I hope this video goes up because it's been a long time. Thank you so much for watching. I wouldn't be doing this if you weren't there, and I am grateful. Have a lovely day, and we'll talk again soon. Peace.